Good morning, everyone. At church, the teaching for the last few weeks has been on the Beatitudes. And Celebrate Recovery has their 8 principles based on the Beatitudes. Every biblical comparison in the 8 steps is a verse from Beatitudes. So we're going to do the 8 recovery principles based on the Beatitudes today. And here we go. Principle 1. Realize I'm not God. I admit that I am powerless to control my tendency to do the wrong thing, and my life is unmanageable. The biblical comparison is Matthew 5:3. Happy are those who know they are spiritually poor. Principle 2. Earnestly believe that God exists, that I matter to Him, that He has the power to help me recover. Biblical comparison, Matthew 5:4. Happy are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Principle 3. Consciously choose to commit all my life and my will to Christ's care and control. Biblical comparison, Matthew 5:5. Happy are the meek. Principle 4. Openly examine and confess my faults to God, to myself, and to someone I trust. Biblical comparison, Matthew 5:8. Happy are the pure in heart. Principle 5. Voluntarily submit to every change God wants to make in my life and humbly ask Him to remove my character defects. Biblical comparison, Matthew 5:6. Happy are those whose greatest desire is to do what God requires. Principle 6. Evaluate all my relationships. Offer forgiveness to those who have hurt me and make amends for harm I've done to others, except when to do so would harm them or others. Biblical comparison, Matthew 5:7. Happy are the merciful, and then happy are the peacemakers, Matthew 5:9. Principle 7, and this is the most important principle in the 8 principles, I feel. Principle 7. Reserve a daily time with God for self-examination, Bible reading, and prayer in order to know God and His will for my life and to gain the power to follow His will. Principle 8. Yield myself to God to be used to bring this good news to others, both by my example and by my words. And the biblical comparison for that is Matthew 5:10. Happy are those who are persecuted because they do what God requires. Well, those are the 8 principles, and that's from Celebrate Recovery, and the Beatitudes is what we were working on in church. I hope this message encourages people and uplifts people, because it sure does that to me. And everybody have a great and blessed day.